Hello and welcome back to the Pokemon Sapphire Let's Play. I'm very sorry this has not been updated in a while. I also apologize for that little bit of lag that happened there. That's just XSplit lags a little bit when you first started up for me. Today I have some things to talk about that are not game related, but I figured first I should explain what we're doing today. First thing we're doing is we're catching a new Pokemon. I was not even thinking about catching more Pokemon at the moment, but I figured at the time at least that I would need a grass-type Pokemon when I went up against the first gym leader, just in case Floribus wasn't enough. Usually I have a Marsh Stomp by that point, and usually I just wreck with water and ground-type moves. You know, Water Gun, Mud Slap, that kind of stuff just wrecks. I did not, however, realize that I had forgotten basically that Lotad takes a while to learn Absorb, and even that's not very good. And that you can catch Shroomish in the forest that we will have to go through before we get to Rustboro City, where basically Shroomish comes with grass-type moves at the start. It comes with Stun Spore and stuff like that. It comes with the Effect Spore ability, which is always nice against those physical attackers. So, yeah, there's not a lot of point for this Lotad. And I already recorded the next 2 episodes, at least the gameplay for them. So know that this Lotad here will not be a permanent member of the team by any means. In fact, he's not going to be here for very long at all. In fact, I think I boxed him at the end of episode 5. And boy, what an episode. Gosh, I guess it's 5? No, I want to say it's 4. Yeah, I want to say it's episode 4 or 5, I forget which one, but, no, it was definitely episode 4. Episode 4, I was helping Wally catch his Ralts, basically the tutorial in case you didn't know how to catch Pokemon, and I realized, oh yeah, I wanted a Ralts on my team. I'm just going to leave it at that. For anyone who's played Pokemon Sapphire before and knows Ralts' encounter rate, you know why I'm leaving it there for now. You'll see in episode 4 what I'm talking about, and hopefully I'll have that all edited up. That one's got some serious editing to be done, coming up. But really the only significant things in this episode were catching Datol, whatever his name was, and fighting our first few random encounter trainers, which aren't even all that random since they're technically placed in the world already. So, until I get to my next talking point, I guess I should explain why there's been no videos for this series. Number 1, I've been working on my first retrospective video. I know I said I was working on the Stanley Parable review a while back, and I still technically am, but I'm starting to question if that's even what I want to review anymore, since it's such a popularly covered thing. I picked up a couple of RPGs on the Steam Autumn Sale, and I'm considering reviewing one or both of them as kind of my first review video. And then I also have a top 20 video that I am currently working on, but I'm trying to set that off to the side until I get a capture card and I can record half of the stuff that I need to record for it. So, right now I'm focusing on the retrospective. The other thing is the Venture Cast, which I will be linking the first part of the first episode of the first dungeon. Boy, that's a lot of firsts. At the end of this episode with an annotation, so if you want to go check that out, people seem to be enjoying it, the group really enjoyed it. Donnie was not able to make it to the session. We waited for like an hour and a half for him to make it, and we weren't hearing anything from him from Mick. So we just kind of started the dungeon. We thought that we were going to complete the dungeon that night, and that we would have no real need to do anything with his character, so we were just going to bump his character to level 2 at the end of the quest. But that didn't end up... We didn't end up finishing it. We only have one more part after this that's recorded and fully edited and exported already. And I'm waiting to upload that next week, so we have plenty of time to record the rest of the dungeon. And luckily, once that's recorded, it shouldn't take me too long to actually edit it. Because I edited both of the two parts of this, which were both roughly 30 to 40 minutes, in a little under a couple hours. So here we see berries. Berries were basically introduced back in Generation 2, as far as I'm aware, in Gold and Silver. The orange berries you just saw are play on the word orange, and ironically enough, they are blue. They restore 10 hit points when used or held and used by the Pokemon in a critical situation. Kind of useful in the beginning, not that useful later on. The Pecha Berries are a play on the word peach, and they look kind of like a peach. They look actually strikingly similar to the peach from Animal Crossing, which I've never played, but I've seen the peaches from it. And the Pecha Berry heals poison status condition. So that one's actually a really handy one to have if you're going into the forest. Coming up, the Petalburg Woods. But the problem with running this ROM is that the ROM registers that the battery is dead. And for Game Boy Advance games, specifically the Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby games, if your battery was dead, it wasn't like back in the day where it meant you had no more save file, that your save file couldn't be restored. What it meant was that clock-based events no longer occurred. And the big problem with that is that that means that no time is measured for berries to grow. It also means they don't ripen and fall to the ground, but it also means you can't grow them. So that's kind of a problem. Right here, I thought this was kind of funny. I am a Pokemon great. And I just thought I would correct the grammar here. If I can even find it. Trying to get some stuff off of my glasses, got some dust. Around here, I was like, okay, I don't know where the word great is, so I'm just going to switch to letter mode. So, I am a Gra. No, I'm not a Gra. I'm a great. I bet you already saw where I was going with this from a mile away, but yeah, I am a great Pokemon. I figured that was obviously a true statement. I am obviously the best Pokemon. I don't know what type I am. Actually, you guys should tell me what type I am in the comments, because I need analytics to actually read. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny, but there's not a lot else here to do until next week. This episode's a little short because I was forgetting to stop my timer during some of the random trainer battles that I cut out. And so this episode ended up running a little short. Here I thought I'd show off the second floor of the Pokemon Center. That's the battle area, that's the trade area. And right here, I couldn't remember what it was, it's called the Record Corner, which is basically where you can share all of your stats with people. You know, how many Pokemon you've encountered or caught or defeated, that kind of thing. Which I don't even know if it's been carried on past Generation 4, but that is everything. Sorry for the abrupt end, but I'm kind of short on time. Goodbye.